Alright, we're here in iBomber Defense doing mission 22, which is Manila, the final level. You can see our upgrades here. Perks wise, choosing faster aiming, entrenched, and phantom strike. And as you can see, this is going to be another ×2 speed because of how long this level is. And you can see a detailed list of the upgrades I have down below. But off the top of my head, I know it's ×2 against fire for machine guns, boosted interest with columns, the comms bonus for anti-air, slower enemies for flames, and I think we might have faster recharge on bombs now. But I'm not sure. Either way. Okay, so talk about our strategy here. Basically, as you can see, we're using the dig-in micromanagement strategy again here. It's going to be a necessity. You have to do this. If you don't dig in and use the bonuses for it, then you're going to have a big problem with this mission. And Phantom Strike is more important than Fast Fingers is also, I should have mentioned, because we need range here. Either way. So we got those 2 machine gun turrets by each of the approaching paths. We got that third one in the center, and the flamer by each machine gun. The one in the center, as you can see, has been slowly working on all these crates and blowing them open. This wave brought air units, so we put an AA on the high ground. And we have to take care of these artillery because they're damaging the AA. We're adding rocket turrets now to the rear of the defenses there. Repositioning the turrets to kind of break open that crate. And we're going to dig in rockets and have them positioned down the angle of approach. That's something that's really nice about this mission is, as difficult as it is, at least the enemies come in a line and are really easy to get with the rocket launcher in terms of the dig in. Here at wave 12, we're opening up a third path with enemies coming straight down the middle here. And we'll go ahead and, while the game's paused, add the flamer and the rocket launcher, so you have pretty much the same setup at each one of the entrances. For some reason, the rocket launcher likes to kind of shoot that bridge, I guess because it thinks it's an enemy. But one thing you don't have to worry about is at least when there's an actual enemy nearby, it'll shoot that instead of the bridge. We need to drop a bomb. Oh, looks like we're going to need to rewind because one of those guys made it through. And this is going to happen, and you're going to need to use micromanagement and your rewinds to keep it from happening again. As you can see, we just repositioned the rocket launcher so it could fire down the alley, and managed to get it that way. We're going to add another machine gun turret to each of the entrances. Make sure to keep things repaired. And you've got these artillery pieces which have been shooting at us. I haven't really mentioned them yet, but that's our secondary objective, dropping bombs on them. Each one takes 3 bombs. If you end up getting cannons close to the water's edge, you can actually dig them in and have them fire on the artillery. And we'll eventually have cannons dug in, but when we'll need that is actually kind of later on. So it's actually, we can get rid of the artillery faster by using the bombs now on them. Besides, we need to get rid of them quick before they can destroy any of our turrets and make our repair bills too costly here. You can see you dropped a pair of bombs on that one. Alright, now we've only got the 1 artillery piece left. Alright. Upgrade our AA. Now at wave 20, it's at level 2. Thankfully, air isn't that strong here. There's not a lot of great spots for AA that we don't rather have something else there. Allows us to focus more on the ground too, because there's a lot of, like I said, micromanagement, having to constantly reposition. Although I would say at times it can be less than the previous mission, but then again, because this is longer, it can get to be a little bit more, especially once we get towards the end there. As you can see here, those guys kind of were making it through, so I had to do a lot of repositioning, and we're going to use one of the bombs to save ourselves. The middle path is probably the hardest to hit with rockets because it seems to be a bit of an angle compared to where you can dig in the rockets from, where the others we can actually have the rockets at the end of the path. Alright, now reposition again. This is just a constant thing we'll be doing. Alright. Drop a bomb on these guys. Could have repositioned the rocket launcher, but still managed to survive. You get a couple. We have a sneak attack rocket launcher across the ways. There was another one earlier. Just more work for bombs. I'm starting to see the really heavy tanks. And as you can see, we're repositioning more and more now. This is a lot of what takes so long in this mission, is having to constantly pause and do this kind of stuff. We've added a cannon now, actually 2 cannons to the central part. And those are going to go a long ways in helping preventing leaks. Whereas our rockets are going to do most of the damage though. It also helps against those fast tanks. As you can see, we're also digging in the cannons. The one drawback to the cannon is that when dug in, it has a very limited arc of fire. However, as long as you can keep pausing and repositioning, that won't be a big of an issue. The good thing about it is it has a really long range. We're actually going to need to rewind here. And unfortunately, I have to sell one of my bomb turrets because we need to make money for AA. I actually even used a bomb to give myself some more money. So, wave 26, you need a level 3 AA. And if you can save up money the wave prior, as opposed to having to sell one of your turrets, you'll actually do even a little better than me, because I unfortunately lost some money there. Not a good thing, but you know, there's a small room for error in terms of that. Just definitely not something you want to do more than that once, really, if at all. Make sure our cannon's positioned. Want to be extra careful because I don't have a rewind right now. Rebuilt one of the bombs. Switch the angle of fire for that one rocket launcher because the middle path needed it the most now. You've got our bomb turret at level 3 again, which is important. Even that machine gun can be repositioned to fire on the enemies there, which is really nice. And we need to start working on comm boosting everything. You can see we already have the 1 level 2, but we're going to need more than that. Positioning everything. Micro, micro, micro. This is good to kind of get used to for the bonus missions too. Although the bonus missions present their own new level of difficulty in other respects. Looks like we're going to add an extra rocket launcher to the left. I'm going to work on getting a second rocket launcher for all of our entrances. Fast tanks once again. Usually the biggest pains are the fast ones, as you can so easily evade so much of your fire. Actually, I have two approaching waves of fast attack stuff. Maybe reposition a cannon there. And I actually have to move its arc of fire to allow it to track. Alright, upgraded that cannon to level 3. And we're kind of in the last third of this mission time-wise. Although we're in the last 10 waves almost. Alright, so we're seeing a lot of the slower stuff there. Adding other comms. Starting to boost everything now. Or, well, I have everything boosted now, I should say, rather than starting. It's always best to have the cannons pointed to where the fast stuff is coming in from, since they're guaranteed to strike with every shot. And there's our hidden target. The docks to the right of the map, and finding this hidden target has unlocked the achievement for it, because that's all of them. They're all in the campaign. The bonus missions don't have any. The counterattacks don't have any. The first mission doesn't have one either. But by now we've gotten all of them. Alright. It seems like we're starting to do a little better than before even now. Particularly because these slower units are so susceptible to the rocket launchers, and we've got them pretty well built up and boosted now. Alright. And also we've been upgrading flames and pretty much everything really. We're actually having to micro slightly less now that we have more turrets. It's always important to remember that in any mission really, although less noticeable of course in the easier ones, but in any mission really, the comms tower is considered really the tipping point. Basically it's when you start to place strong comms boost, or start to get strong comms boosting, then you really start to shift the balance in terms of pushing the enemy back further and further, instead of just keeping up with them. But also I should have mentioned earlier, by now we have our second anti-aircraft that's been upgraded. We're going to need to stop these guys. And if it's sometimes hard for me to tell the upgrade of the AA, but I think if it's at level 3, if not level 2. Or at least the new one. It looks like it's 2. Yeah. Alright, so now both of them are level 3 with level 30, or with wave 38. Stop those heavy bombers from taking our lives. And from here on out, we're adding our cannons, as opposed to more rockets. Mainly because rockets depend on good spots to be fully effective, whereas cannons can work more versatile. And we're actually adding one final rocket launcher to that middle path. We fully upgraded it. They're not even getting across the bridge. Except for that super heavy tank unit. These are the strongest tanks in the game, these ones coming in now. But even against well dug in units, then a little match. Although we will have to reposition for those, as you can see. Plus keep a close eye on damage. We've got a large stockpile of money, so we're very well off right now. I'm gonna spend the rest of that on cannons, really. Decided to put another rocket launcher just to end with a bang, I guess. There you go. Super heavy tanks, not making it across the bridge now either. And there we go. That's it. Mission campaign complete. A whole bunch of achievements unlocked, including God of War. And that's pretty much a wrap for the campaign videos and walkthroughs. Next I'll be doing the bonus levels. This is your final victory award. Your stats menu, you can see you found all the medals, all the hidden targets. And last specialty, I guess we'll go on a faster recharge of bombs, although it's not really going to matter too much. There's no more missions left to use it on, and the bonus missions have their own setup.